What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of 100 Yards Football Sports Talk Radio. I'll be your host and producer this afternoon, Logan Landers. And joining me today is going to be one of the co-founders of 100 Yards Football. We're talking about Ozzy Trapilo, the big offensive lineman coming out of Boston College. And helping me out today is the man himself, Mr. Football, Vincent Turner. Vincent, how you doing on this nice Tuesday afternoon here in Georgia?
How you doing, Logan Landers? It's a great day in America today.
Yes, it is. I'm excited to talk about this prospect. Once we sunk our teeth into it, looked deep throughout the internet, and read all the books about this young man. Just impressive. I think is one word to describe him. And I'm excited to talk about Ozzy Trapilo. But I want to turn the mic over to you and get your opinions and your thoughts on this impressive, towering giant manning the line there for the Boston College Eagles.
Well, you just mentioned one thing for sure. He's a big guy. What, 6'8", 309 pounds, playing both tackle positions. That's very impressive for a man his size. He's got NFL pedigree. His dad played in the National Football League. But what I like about him, he's an experienced football player, a 3-year starter, very aggressive, great awareness as a tackle, great footwork. And one major thing, his head coach, Bill O'Brien, has vouched for him, saying he's the best football player I've coached on the offensive line from a toughness standpoint. Think about that. Bill O'Brien, who's been the head coach of the Houston Texans, offensive coordinator for the University of Alabama, and now the head coach of Boston College, says this about this big guy. I'm going to call him Ozzy T, like Ozzy Osbourne. Back to you, Logan.
Yeah, I mean, Ozzy was, like I said, his father played in the league. So he grew up, having expectations of, I can maybe go to the league and follow in my father's footsteps. And that's exactly what he did. And he went to Boston College High School, which that kind of threw me off for a minute, but that's just how the education system had it out there. And he was a 4-star recruit. Some said he was even a top 10 offensive tackle in the nation during his recruiting years. And Vincent, he's also just a very smart guy as well. He had offers from a lot of D1 schools, like the Nebraskas, the Vanderbilts of the world. But, I mean, in terms of just academic knowledge, he got offers from places like Princeton, Northwestern, Yale, Georgia Tech, Dartmouth. So he's not just getting it done on the field, he's getting it done in the classroom as well, which is still a very important part of being a student athlete. He had a 4.0 high school GPA, which means he was top of his class. He was doing good work. His high school coach, Jonathan Brillo, had this quote about him saying, he's got a great mind for football and he's a very smart kid. I mean, that pretty much speaks volumes to it there. And when Ozzy was interviewed back in high school, he said, I know a lot of kids always say they want to go play college football and then go on to the NFL. He said, I was one of those kids. I grew up with football in my family. It's something I always wanted to do. See, that's the thing, that is a lot of these guys, they know they just have raw ability, raw talent, whatever you want to call it. And, yeah, they can go play football and do really well for themselves. But a lot of guys, we hate to admit it, they don't got the passion. They don't have that fire deep down in them. But with Ozzy Trapilo, he's got the bloodline. You mentioned his father. And he's got the will to succeed. He's a smart guy. He gets it done in the classroom. He gets it done on the field. And like I said, he's a guy who's very experienced. As you said, he had 36 career starts at the right tackle spot. All in all, he played a bunch of different spots on the line as well. He can play anywhere, any guard position, any other tackle position. He's very versatile with that. And what I came away with him is his 2023 campaign. I want to go back a little bit here. He allowed 0 sacks in over 360 pass blocking snaps. Pancakes. I mean, just a brick wall of a man you're seeing right here. And in 24, this past season, he had a very impressive year as well. Also in 23, was all ACC second team. This past year, he got even better. Finished the year with first team all ACC honors, and also took home an Offensive Lineman of the Week award at one point during the season. So he was just getting it done, day in, day out. And I came away with him impressed, and he's just a versatile player. You mentioned that Bill O'Brien said that about him too. And the definition of versatility is the ability to adapt or to be adapted to many different functions or activities. And if you put him on any spot on the line, Ozzy Trapilo, he is going to put some work in. He is a phenomenal run blocker. We saw Boston College had a handful of games in both 23 and 24, the primary years, where they ran for the ball for over 200 yards. And this guy you're seeing on the screen was a main factor in that. Credit to the rest of the O-line as well. But talking about Trapilo, he's good in pass blocking. The one thing I've seen people say is the only downside is his height, like with being 6'8". But I think with him, though, he's very much a technician, right? He's got that good slide step, that kick step off the ball. He can get around the quicker defenders, and he can go toe for toe with a lot of the big guys on the D line. He's not going to get bull rushed. He's not going to fall for the spin moves. He's a very compact offensive lineman. And a lot of people have him, a lot of draft sites, a lot of other websites have him going as a potential third-round pick. And if he goes to the third round, Vincent, I'll be kind of surprised. I know there's a lot of other really talented offensive linemen who might have went to some higher prestige schools in terms of football and their records and whatnot. But in terms of just pure ability and talent as a prospect, it's hard to go wrong, I think, with Ozzy Trapilo. I think that he's a steal. And if whoever can get him, and look, let's be real, Vincent, we know the teams are out there in New England. We know who his father played for. We know all the signs are pointing out there to Foxborough, Mass, with the New England Patriots. He said, I can't comment on it, but I would just love to play in the league. But he would love to wear that nice colored uniform, that nice helmet out there with the New England Patriots, help out their O-line. And if they do pick him up, or whoever does, they're going to get an absolute stud in the making, someone who I could definitely see being in the league for at least 10 years, if not more, with his ability, right, head on his shoulders, and just his work ethic is what impresses me. But, Vincent, what are your final thoughts here on Ozzy Trapilo before we end out the show today?
I'm going to give you 4 names that's played at Boston College. Tom Naglin, Super Bowl champion center for the Denver Broncos. Josh Beckman, that played outstanding in his years in the league. Chris Snead, who played with the New York Giants, another Super Bowl champion. And Logan Dieterhards, close here in Atlanta, who's the best offensive lineman for the Atlanta Falcons. Chris Lindstrom, 3-time Pro Bowler. Boston College has a history of putting out excellent football players on the offensive line. Ozzy T would not upset me or surprise me if he don't be very good at the next level. Back to you, Logan Landers.
Well, Vincent, I did it last week with our episode. I felt the urge to do it again, right? To bring a song from the past into the present here for what I think is good for Mr. Trapilo on the screen. And Vince, I'm going to take you back now to the hair metal days, to the nice rock bands of the 70s and 80s. We're going to go a little bit of Aerosmith. How about that? A little bit of Dream On. Dream till your dreams come true. Ozzy Trapilo. Look, he's from Norwell, Mass, with the Boston College. Vince, I think all stars are pointing to the Patriots, but we'll see. All in all, we'll see if he ends up there. But Atlanta Falcons, like I said, you mentioned Chris Lindstrom. Look it on the line here in the ATL or wherever he goes. I'm excited to see where Ozzy will land come draft day. And you guys, you can bet on it. I think he's going to be a tremendous offensive lineman. And speaking of bets, guys, March Madness, it's here. And every game is a chance to cash in. And luckily for y'all, my bookies bet and get it's back to sweeten the deal. You can place a cash bet on any March Madness game. You get a surprise reward, whether it be free bets, cash back, or bonus chips. You never know what you're going to get with the bet and get campaign. So guys, you can sign up now. Promo code is MM50. Once again, MM50. And you can get your boost to your bankroll, get deposit bonus. It's going to help you make the most out of your money. You bet on every game, anytime, from anywhere. That's only with my bookie. Well, for our co-founder, co-host today, Mr. Football himself, Vince Turner, I've been your host and producer, Logan Landers. Guys, go out there, watch some Ozzy Trapilo film, and until next time, we'll see you again on